So the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon premieres on Nickelodeon on September 29th. And I learned from Rosangelo at ninjapizza.net that these new action figures were starting to come out. Some Toys R Us's are putting them on the shelf. And the Targets have them. But Target isn't going to put them out on the floor until the aisle reset on July 29th. And until then, Target just has the box of action figures sitting in their back room. And Rosangelo pointed out that you could just go to Target and tell them to go to the back room and give you the toy and you could purchase it. But some Target employees might not let you do that. And going to a Toys R Us that I knew would have it was not as exciting to me as going to a Target and having this conversation with one of the employees, because I wanted to have the challenge of convincing an employee to do something for me that maybe they're not supposed to do. That would make it a real achievement, because if you just go to a store and you buy something, that is an achievement. You've accomplished a number of things. You drove to a location and didn't die. You got money that you have that's yours, and you exchanged it for a product. This is a victory, but I wanted a better victory. So I tried a number of Targets. The Glendale Target and the West Hollywood Target were no good because their back rooms were off-site. They couldn't go to their back rooms. Although they were talking in the back room with a walkie-talkie, so how far away could it be? I went to the Pasadena Target, and this very nice woman at the customer service desk named Susan, she got like a manager or someone to go into the back room to look for me. The person who looked claimed that they didn't have it, but the computer says they did. Either they looked wrong or they were lying. Then I called the Alhambra Target, and the service was just awful. They kept me on hold for about a half an hour. I explained to the woman I'm trying to get this toy. She says, well, yes, we have it here on the computer. Yeah, I know. I can look on your computer and find that out. And she's like, okay, let me just get a visual confirmation that we have it. And I never heard from her again. I went to the Burbank Target, and I asked this guy who seemed pretty laid back, but standing next to him was a really uptight manager. And I was asking the laid back guy about it, and the uptight manager said, no, I can't do that. If they're not out on the floor yet, then I can't sell it to you. And if you were to try to buy it, the computer wouldn't even be able to scan it. And I said, it will scan, because July 29th is not a hard sell date. That's just when it goes out on the floor. But you could sell it to me at any time. And he looked at me and said, no, I can't do it. So don't go to the Burbank Target because the manager is a prick. Or the guy who, he might not have been a manager, but a guy who was there sucks. And then I went to the North Hollywood Target, and I said, yeah, I want this toy. And the guy said, okay, I'll go get it. So maybe this sort of challenge doesn't appeal to most of you, but that's okay, because you have my story that I just shared with you, so you kind of lived it. Now you can just go to Toys R Us and get your favorite Ninja Turtle. So here it is. I went for Donatello, and here's what it looks like with a giant reflection on it. Look at this gorgeous artwork. The box has some sort of shell texture to it, so you can feel like it's like a turtle. Jesus Christ. Warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. And then, in case you can't read that, it also says ages 4+. Leonardo is the leader. He's the most spiritual. Maybe the wisest turtle, has the best head on his shoulders. He's going to be voiced by Jason Biggs. Donatello is the smart one. He creates all their inventions. Raphael, he's kind of like, he has the anger problem, and he's the most badass. So Michelangelo, you know, he's the funny, cool. The truest words ever said about Michelangelo were that he's a party dude. There's just no better way of putting that. April O'Neil is a lot younger now. Splinter looks awful. A foot soldier, don't know if they're robots or humans in this one. I hope they're humans. I hope that they are teens from broken homes with drug problems that Shredder preys on and trains to send them out into the streets to get eviscerated by mutant turtles. There's Krang in a robot body. Maybe we'll see cooler robot bodies in future episodes. Really doesn't compare to original Krang. And there's Shredder. Pretty much what you'd expect there. He has a Shredder style costume with blades in places that couldn't possibly be utilitarian. I'm not going to get a Shredder or any other character to fight this Donatello, so he'll just have to fight the other toys I have. He can fight Heath Ledger Joker and the fuckhead General from Avatar. Now, I'm not actually going to open it because I do want to have one that's mint in box and then another one that I'm going to open and play with. Right, because I want to throw away all my money. The way you open it is you separate the plastic shell from the cardboard backing. Maybe that's obvious to you, but I don't know what's obvious to you. You're watching a video of a person on YouTube opening a toy. So I don't know what your deal is. It just comes right off. Everything is attached, so you have to take off. It's like a tiny little band that has everything strapped down. You want to make sure to strap down every limb so that the action figure can't escape like in Small Soldiers. There was a point when toy stores were having a lot of Small Soldiers type of situations where all the action figures were breaking free from their boxes. The manufacturers were just hemorrhaging money because these sentient toys would just go off and have their own adventures. Okay, almost. If you buy this toy for a small child, or even just an adult of average wits, be prepared to help them unbox it. Wow, look at this. Okay, so much articulation all over the place. You could do whatever you want. Yeah, this is really good quality, and it feels really good too. It's not like a hard plastic. Like, it almost kind of feels like this is his turtle flesh. And the shell actually feels like harder. This sort of reminds me of the movie Turtles that came out with the second movie, because they were very rubbery and real, and that's what this kind of feels like. This came with a little insert. Let's see what this says. It's a brochure for more toys. Here's a checklist of all the toys that they have so far. You have to get a writing utensil and check it off every time you get the toy. And this is just a reminder, in case you didn't see this on the box. Remember? Here is more Ninja Turtle figures, but these ones talk. You could pretend to make them talk with your voice and your imagination. But what's even better is when it comes with a recorded voice inside of it, and it makes the predetermined sounds that the toy company wants. Then, holy shit, the Secret Sewer Lair playset. Oh my god, that's like as tall as this kid. So find that at a Toys R Us near you for $700. And then role play. All you need is just their main weapon and then an eye mask. And then if you just have those things, it will be as if you've transformed into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And then, in addition to the standard ones, you could get Leonardo's electronic stealth sword. And it has lights and sounds to make it extra stealthy. A ninja stealth bike. At first, they're just driving a motorcycle that has a giant metallic shell on it, so no one will notice them. And then, boom, it comes up, and there's Ninja Battle Raphael. And, okay, this is the Dragon Chopper. It grabs a guy, and it flips him. No, he's on the bike, and it flips him off. Because isn't it so hard when you just want to get off your motorcycle? The easiest way is to have a mechanical arm lift your body 180 degrees. And then, oh my god, the new Turtle Van. 360-degree ninja flip-kicking action. Don't know what that means, but it sounds groovy. No, but that's impractical because I'm an adult man. I don't play with toys anymore. I mean, it would be crazy for me to get the Shell Razor, right? No, I shouldn't. I mean, I shouldn't think about it. Maybe I look at the box when I see it at the toy store. You know, once you have this stuff, you could do whatever you want with it. Take all these weapons out, and you can have Donatello become a master of these weapons. Or you could do what I did when I was little, and take all the weapons and put them in a drawer, and just have a shitty weapon drawer. You know, I had the Ninja Turtles sewer playset, but my Ninja Turtle adventures didn't stop there when I was little. My Ninja Turtles frequently stayed at the Ghostbusters firehouse, and they got to drive the Ecto-1 and everything. And they kicked the ass of every villain from every action figure line. I think I had them beating the shit out of Dick Tracy, who is not a villain, but he was a villain to the Ninja Turtles because they didn't know who he was. So they had to kick his ass. I mean, at this point in my life, I have this here. I just put this on my desk, and it brings me peace. You know, it says a lot about you by what your favorite Ninja Turtle is. You know, I like Donatello because he's inventive, he's creative. You know, he's a badass, but because all the turtles are badass, but he's also smart, and not all the turtles are as smart as him. He's very sensitive, and maybe the fact that he puts himself at a distance from others is because he doesn't want to get hurt. Maybe a few times you can get a sort of an abrasive nature from him, but that's because he's operating on a different level. Sorry, I'm just talking about myself now. So overall, on my personal unboxing scale, I give this a score of 12. I definitely recommend that everyone go and pick up the Donatello action figure. And if you want, make your own video of your unboxing of it and post a link in the comments to this video. So that's it. Is there anything else? I unboxed everything, so this is done now. I guess I could make another video of like myself playing with this. That'd be kind of silly though, because like a video of me taking this out of the box makes sense because